In the distance, I see a manatee, a 3-foot lobster, a dolphin, a nurse shark, intimidating but are harmless, a shipwreck that housed so many baby fish it reminded me of the movie Little Nemo. What amazing beauty I have seen all over the world. And I have experienced snorkeling and love it. I find snorkeling to be the easiest, most inexpensive sport to try and keep a part of your life. I was in Belize for the first time I snorkeled on the island of Ambergris Caye, and the things that I saw were amazing. Tarpon, coral, it was amazing. Since then, I've gone there 2 more times, to the north, to the south, and I have loved every part of it. We went to Punta Gorda, which is south, and we went to this island. It was called Lime Cay, and the water was lime color. It was beautiful. I have been to Honduras, to the island of Raton, Costa Rica, to north, south, east, and west, Mexico, Panama, and Hawaii. All of these countries have a special snorkeling place that is so different than the others. Many people choose a beach vacation because it's warm and relaxing, and they spend a lot of time on the sand. Get off the sand, get your snorkeling equipment, and get in the water. You can do snorkeling right off the beach. I can say I am somewhat of an expert to a small degree on snorkeling. I feel that with my experience and the places that I've been, the things that I've read, that I can give a really good speech on snorkeling. And I would like to share with you the right equipment, where to go, how to get started, and the safety involved in snorkeling. Snorkeling is something you can do with just a little bit of training. You need to be able to swim well, and you can be able to use a snorkel. Very little equipment is needed to snorkel. You need a mask and a snorkel and some fins. Things that are required are a vest. Dive skins are not a requirement. So let's talk about the equipment. A mask needs to fit snug and tight so there's no leaking. The snorkel attaches to the mask, and it should fit in the mouth well, and so there's no leaking around the mouth. Sometimes when you're snorkeling, you get foggy mask, and how you prevent that is you put liquid soap in the lens, it out with salt water, and it should last for about an hour. The fins are the next equipment that are needed. These help you propel through the water, and that's what gives you a lot of protection too when you're using these. Depending on the warmness of the water, you can use a dive skin, but the dive skin also helps with jellyfish. If you don't want to get stung, this will help prevent that. It'll also help protect with the sun so you don't get burnt. A lot of times you're in the water for a long time and you can get really burnt. It's lightweight and very comfortable. The vest is similar to a normal life preserver, but you pump it up yourself. This is a great way to keep your energy high because it'll help keep you buoyant and it'll help you move really nicely through the water. The best way to get started, now that we've talked about the equipment, the best way to get started is go to a dive shop. They'll help you fit all your equipment. They can also get you signed up for a class. Most classes are in pools, and the pools, you just practice using your equipment. Now, you can do this on your own. You don't need to go to a class. But just make sure your equipment fits well before you head off to your destination. That's going to be ideal because you want it to work before you get there. So that's not the time that you're using. You want to be in the water having fun. Now that we've talked about how to get started, let's talk about where to go. CoastalLiving.com gave 10 places to snorkel. Now, these aren't in any particular order or popularity. They're just 10 places that are fantastic snorkeling. Catalina Island, Bimini Islands in the Bahamas, Holchan Marine, Belize, Grand Cayman, Pigeon Cay, Honduras, Rock House, Negril, Jamaica, and Crystal River, Florida. Buck Island, St. Croix, and Dean's Blue Hole, Long Island, Bahamas. It will depend on what you want to see. Once you choose a spot, the locals can tell you the best place to go. Look these places up and then do some asking around, because they will let you know the best place to go. Go to a reputable source and they will let you know who to go to. Spend a little bit more money. What country you decide to go, also you have to have a passport. Choose a place that the waters are clear and beautiful. 5 to 30 feet is optimal. Go to places that have inlets because they have lappy water and it's easy to see things. Reefs are wonderful places to go also because you can see so much. Make sure you pick your ideal spot because it will make a difference. When you spend that much money, you want to make sure that you go where you want and see what you want. Now that we've talked about that, I want to talk about safety. Never snorkel alone. Having a buddy with you is it's a valuable asset. Stay close to shore and be sure to stay close to where the boat is and easily accessible to shore, that it's not too far away. Be aware of your surroundings. Know where you are at all times. Look up frequently to know where you're at. When you're propelling through the water, you move very quickly. And so always know where you're at. Retain your energy. This vest will help you do that. That way you have enough energy to get back to the boat or back to the shore. Be aware of the seabed. In shallow waters, there's lots of coral and rock. You can get hurt. So make sure that you know what's below you. And CPR. This is utmost important. I was in Mexico and I was snorkeling and heard somebody frailing around under the water and found, as I swam closer to the sound, that somebody was drowning. So what I did is I remember the training that I've had. So I swam down, took her waist and threw her up out of the water. And after I did that, I went behind her and grabbed her waist and took her to shallow water. Because of that, we were both okay. And because of the training, it went well. So in conclusion, I hope from this information you're ready to take the plunge with your masked snorkel and fins into a different, exciting world of vivid colored fish, amazing coral, and maybe a glimpse at something rare. Now that you know the equipment needed, where to go, how to get started, and the safety information, you are more informed about snorkeling. Find a body of water and you can begin an aquatic adventure into a whole new world. It's amazing. Want to leave the water. Start planning your next trip.